second because she got 2 in the first quarter against Connecticut.
Clark connects on a 3.
Now Clark trying to make something happen. Behind the back. Backs the basket and gets her first field goal in style.
It's Caitlyn Clark for Hilbers tonight, Mary.
Yeah, looking comfortable. Move without the basketball.
5 of the top 10 highest assist games this season belong to one rookie. That's Caitlyn Clark, and she's not just passing, she's passing with style. But assists are just the beginning of her story. Want to know what else she's dominating? But let's go back a little bit. Remember when Clark was attending college? At Iowa, she was completely and utterly a beast. We are discussing a player who finished her career with a scoring average of 27.8 points, 8.6 assists, and 7.1 rebounds per game. Those are not simply good numbers, they are numbers from a video game. The only thing that Clark was doing was racking up statistics. She was also accumulating hardware like it was going out of style. Totally American. Assumed. Are you the National Player of the Year? Without a doubt. Even more impressively, she guided Iowa to the national championship game. It is not surprising that everyone was excited about her entrance into the WNBA draft. Then, however, a humorous occurrence took place. There were some individuals who began to have doubts about Clark as soon as she stepped onto a WNBA court. Are you able to believe it? As if they had forgotten everything that she did while she was in college. People were saying things like, sure, she was great in college, but can she handle the pros in response to her performance? What else is there to say?
Caitlyn Clark, one of the rare times this season we've seen her get open. Dejanay Carrington just looking at the ball, lost her for a second. You can never do that with Caitlyn Clark.
Now Clark looking to push, cross-court pass. Pull, back to Clark, she will launch and bury a 3.
Head up. Gets by Lasia Clarendon, no one stops her, layup.
It was a tough start to the first few games. When it came to the ball, Clark was turning it over left and right. She recorded a greater number of turnovers than assists in a single game. The last thing you want to see from your top point guard is anything like that. Some individuals were eager to respond with, "See, she was overhyped as we had promised you." It's almost as if Clark doesn't know how to get a break. Every error was blown out of proportion, and every turnover was a testament to the fact that she was unable to keep up with the other girls. It was also remarked by an analyst that Clark's flaws as a player, being turnover prone, are nearly as big flaws as Reese missing layups. It hurt. On the other hand, here's the thing with Caitlyn Clark. She doesn't remain despondent for very long. Just when everyone believed she was about to disappear, she began displaying glimpses of the brilliance she had displayed during her time in college.
Clark thought about pulling, instead finds Wheeler. Her jumper is good. Wheeler finds Clark from the logo.
Being picked up by Clarendon. Brink there to help. Nice pass back. Bidley. How did she find her?
One particular game was the one in which everything seemed to fall into place. The three-point shots that Clark was making were being made as if they were free throws, and he was threading passes through unfathomable gaps. It was clear that the confidence was beginning to return. No longer was there any hesitance. Clark was acting as if she was confident that she belonged there. What about the critics? There was a noticeable decrease in their level of activity. Do you remember the game that I hinted at earlier? What do you think about it? On account of the fact that it was against the Connecticut Sun, Clark went off. A total of 26 points, 8 assists, and 5 rebounds are being discussed here. However, it was not only the numbers that were important, it was also the manner in which she accomplished it. And in order to circumvent gaps that did not really exist, Clark was weaving passes between them. As if it were nothing, she was hitting threes from a distance of a significant distance. During one such play, she deceived 3 defenders and then threw the ball to a teammate without looking at them, allowing them to easily make a layup. Fans went absolutely crazy. However, do you know what is even more insane? That match was hardly a stroke of luck. Throughout the entire season, Clark has been putting up amazing numbers. Her average point total per game is 17.3, which places her in the 12th spot in the entire league. This is even more impressive. She leads the league in assists, dishing out 6.5 per game. That is beneficial not only for a novice, but for anyone who is just starting off. And here's something that will blow your mind. Clark has recorded 5 of the top 10 greatest percentage of assists in games played this season. A 5. That is more than the total number of certain teams. At the same time that she is scoring, she is also improving the lives of those around her. It is now clear to me what you are considering, but what about all those turnovers? Indeed, Clark has a high rate of employee turnover, but here's the thing. A significant number of those turnovers are the result of her teammates not being prepared for the passes that she makes. When it comes to the court, she is observing things that no one else is. She is playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. It's a pretty interesting situation. Do you want to discover why Clark is considered to be so good? She has done a lot for the Indiana Fever, and you should see it. Over the course of the previous year, they finished in last place with a record of 13-27. At this time, in the search for the playoffs, they are now 13-15. It is a significant improvement, and a significant portion of it may be attributed to Clark. It is not only about the statistics, however. This team's energy has been completely transformed as a result of Clark's presence. Her teammates are playing more aggressively and moving away from the ball more frequently because they are aware that Clark will find them if they are able to get open. No, she is not merely a novice, rather she is a leader. You mean the fans? It's a huge hit with them as a result of the increase in attendance. Shirt sales have skyrocketed. For the sole purpose of observing what Clark is going to do next, people are tuning in. She is not only working to change the Fever, but she is also working to change the entire WNBA. I'd want to discuss about the Rookie of the Year award. Do you know who is currently in the lead? It is Caitlyn Clark. In no way is it even close. Some others are attempting to stir up controversy by drawing parallels between her and Angel Reese. Come on though, it's not just that Clark is playing well, she's in complete control. To put it simply, Reese is a decent person. Please don't misunderstand me in this regard. Her strategy, however, has a few flaws. She has a hard time shooting efficiently, particularly in the paint. She struggles with it. Is that Clark? She embodies the complete package. She has the ability to score from any position, pass like a magician, and she possesses the gene for clutch play. Do you want any numbers? Clark is leading the team in scoring with 17.3 points and 6.5 assists per game. Not only is that admirable for a rookie, but it is admirable for every single player in the league. Also, she has recorded 5 of the top 10 highest assist games this season. This is something that you should know. A 5. That is more than the total number of certain teams. It is not only about the statistics, however. Changes are being made to the way the game is played by Clark. She has this utterly insane court vision that elevates the quality of life for everyone around her. Because they are aware that Clark will locate them if they are able to get through the defense, her teammates are racing faster and cutting more precisely. Do you know what is truly in the wild? The possibility of Clark being an all-time great is already being discussed by a few individuals. I am aware that it sounds completely insane. Not even a novice she is. Now, give it some thought. Who is the other player who has entered the league and immediately made an effect of this magnitude? Do you recall the time when Diana Taurasi first joined the league? As a rookie, she had a scoring average of 17 points and 3.9 assists per game. More impressive numbers are being posted by Clark than that. Perhaps you might try Sue Bird. When she was just starting out, she was throwing out 6 assists every game. That is also being beaten by Clark. Furthermore, it is not only about the percentages, specifically it is Clark's approach to the game. She carries herself with such self-assurance and swagger. There is no fear in her when it comes to taking the big shot or making the daring pass. She acts as if she is aware that she ought to be here, as if she has been a resident for many years. What's really amazing, however, is that Clark isn't just transforming her team, she's altering the entire Women's National Basketball Association. The ratings for television have increased. The number of tickets sold is through the roof. People who have never ever seen a game in the Women's National Basketball Association are tuning in just to see what Clark is going to do next.